1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm coming to find you, whoever didn't hide. It's not my fault. We're starting today's video on such a playful note. And all because someone is playing hide and seek terribly. First, you hid badly, and then you just gave up altogether. Such a game deserves punishment, especially when the players try to cheat, hiding under the cover of night. Even worse, they change their hiding spots, which is strictly against the rules. That's why the drone operators decided to take a rather creative approach to announcing that they had found one of the players, by dropping a bomb on the cheater. A bold, brutal message. You can't outsmart the game. Hardly anyone would want to play with such deceitful people again. In fact, the drone practically did everyone a favor by eliminating those shameless, immoral individuals, the kind who ruin everything they touch. But fortunately, not all players are like that. Among Russian soldiers, there are those who try to play hide and seek with the drone by the rules. Yet, even they lose, reconnaissance drones have a specific, almost merciless ability to predict the future. And yes, if one of the Russian soldiers, the player, is spotted by reconnaissance, his fate seems already written on his forehead. Changing it is practically impossible. They had a chance because they had a choice. Sometimes more than one. It was a sequence of choices they made themselves and choices made by those still alive in their circle, that brought them to the ground where they stopped breathing. Still, for anyone attempting to hide from a drone, the same relentless reality awaits. This video speaks for itself. All we'll say is, a strike, 1 drone, -4 with a vehicle. A Russian assault group of infantrymen was advancing through a narrow tree line, hoping to reach a safe position or at least an area that could offer them the illusion of safety. But drone operators acted faster. They effectively cut off all possible escape routes to safer ground. After the first strike, panic spread among the soldiers. They scattered in different directions, trying to hide nearby. Some were lucky enough to find cover among trees, while others weren't. Hiding in the open field was nearly impossible. The drones took advantage of this, literally hunting down isolated targets that had strayed too far. This sortie became their last. In these frames, you can see what can only be called a dead forest. After endless waves of occupiers, constant shelling and explosions, all the local animals were forced to flee their homes. The silence that now hangs over this place is the silence after the storm. All that remains in this forest are the lifeless bodies of those stopped by Ukrainian drones. The same can be said about the rural areas. Houses that once sheltered families are now being used by Russian soldiers for their own purposes. And they don't even realize that not long ago, life thrived here. A life they have completely destroyed. That is why Ukrainian drones are relentless, unforgiving, and just everyone involved in the shelling of these homes will be punished. Every single one, just like those in this video. The now familiar Phoenix unit detected a column of armored vehicles being redeployed to a new position for an upcoming assault. After verifying the targets, the decision was made to destroy or disable each of these machines, preventing their use against Ukrainian forces. Moving targets are always difficult, especially tanks. Aiming precisely at a weak spot is no easy task, particularly under enemy fire. The Phoenix operators kept their aim steady despite constant pressure and threats. After several accurate strikes, the tank was completely destroyed, followed by an armored personnel carrier and other vehicles from the convoy. In total, 8 weapon systems were eliminated during this sortie, including 1 large-caliber gun. hunt continued not only for large targets but also for smaller ones. While patrolling near a once-inhabited village in the Kharkiv sector, a drone detected suspicious movement in the garden of an abandoned house. Circling above for some time, the operator closely observed the motion between the trees until the camera captured a green little man in camouflage. He was either trying to hide or searching for something valuable among the ruins. It's hard to say, but whatever his purpose was, it turned out to be fatal. The soldier stepped into the open part of the garden at the worst possible moment, hoping the drone wouldn't notice him, but all his efforts were in vain. Once he realized he'd been spotted, he tried to flee, yet the narrow passage and closed gate prevented him from gaining speed. Those few seconds of hesitation became his final mistake, and his inevitable end. Russian soldiers often complain about the lack of proper weapons and equipment, but honestly, we're not so sure it matters as much as they claim. For example, in this video, one lies in full body armor with all his gear, while another kneels, praying just moments before his elimination. It's like an old parable. No matter how you live, rich or poor, both end up in the same coffin. The same applies here. With or without equipment, the result is the same. None of the soldiers shown survived. They didn't suffer fatal wounds, they were simply killed on the spot. Among basketball fans, there's an ongoing debate: who's the greatest of all time? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Well, we have our own answer. The drone unit Shershny Devbusha showcases an incredible, and quite literally deadly, accuracy with their long-distance strikes. Their precision is truly remarkable and has become routine for them. So sit back and enjoy the professionalism of these operators. And thank you for watching.